So a really important life skill for your dog is being able to be put on a lead and just chill quietly beside you. So especially when you're sitting down. So at the vet surgery, when you're waiting in the waiting room, you're going to be just sitting on a chair and you want your dog just waiting quietly with you. If you go out for coffee or for brunch and you're taking your dog with you, you're going to be sitting at a table on a chair and you want your dog just relaxing beside you. You don't want them getting up and down and tripping people over and jumping up onto tables and so on. The problem is the only time we expect our dog to lie quietly beside us on the lead is when we are waiting in the vet surgery waiting room, or when we are out at a cafe or a restaurant. And then we find ourselves struggling because this is a new skill that you haven't actually taught your dog. So make it a habit that at home, maybe sometimes when you're sitting down to have a coffee or a drink or to have your breakfast, deliberately put your dog on a lead and just have them relax quietly. Now make sure you shorten that lead up. I don't want to be holding my handle here if that means my dog is going to be pacing around all over the place. That's not going to help them settle. So if your dog's struggling to settle, then you need to shorten that lead up just so it's long enough that when they're relaxed and stationary, there's no tension on it, but it's short enough that if your dog does keep getting up and trying to wander around, they're sort of instantly just hitting the lead. So each time they move, they hit the lead, hit the lead, hit the lead. And then when they realize they're not getting anywhere, they then give up and lie down. So it can be a bit of forced relaxation for some of our dogs, but it's an important skill to learn, because if you're sitting at a cafe, they have to be doing this. They can't be pacing around. So they need to work through that if that's a struggle for them, but you want to work them through that at home and just get being on a lead and chilling beside you while you're eating, while you're talking, get them understanding that that's just a normal part of life. This is the time in my day where I just need to chill out and relax and not be getting in the way and annoying people and being sort of overstimulated there. If you've got the really reliable dog that can easily do this and you can fully trust them, then by all means you can relax your lead there. And also the other thing that you can do while you're practicing this is you could maybe tie your dog's lead to the chair or to the table or the furniture, especially if you needed both hands. Or the other technique that you could use is, so we're not really in the right position for this, but if you were seated differently, you might have the lead with your foot on it, on the ground there. So it's nice and short, no tension, but it's short enough that if your dog goes to get up, your foot's going to stay on the lead and that leash pressure is going to stop and block them from getting up. And just hold that pressure on the lead. The dog eventually realizes they're not getting anywhere and they have no choice other than to just lie back down. So this is a really important part of teaching your dog to do nothing. There are times in the day when they are required to do nothing else than just chill out and relax. Now you might say, oh, that's fine, my dog comes and lies beside me all the time when I'm watching TV or when I'm eating breakfast or dinner. That is very different, because if they're off the lead, they have chosen. They have made the decision themselves and chosen to come and lie beside you or sit quietly beside you. That is very different from being put on a lead, because now the dog does not have a choice. Their choice has been taken away. They have no option to get up and wander away when they feel like it. They don't have the option to pace around and so on. When they're off the lead, they can come and lie there for a while, and then when they feel like it, they can get up and do what they want. But when they're on the lead, you've taken that choice away, which means then if they get up to go away, they hit the end of the lead, and then they're like, oh, hey, I don't want to be here anymore. And so then they start to have a bit of a tantrum or whatever, and we block that with the lead until they relax and lie back down. That is a very different skill. And when you're at a cafe and your dog's on a lead, or if you're sitting in the vet surgery waiting, remember your dog in those situations will not have the choice to get up and be free and do what they want. So you do need to teach them that sometimes you actually just have to chill out and do nothing. You don't have the option to come and go as you please. So rather than that becoming a stressful event at the vet surgery or at the cafe, practice that at home so that going on a lead and chilling and just giving up beside you there is just a normal part of life, and you can then transfer that skill into your real life situations like your cafes.